So this is my first time playing the Backrooms, and I wanted to really do it up, so I was playing it sort of late at night by myself without talking to anybody. I'm also doing this series where I'm trying to find the best games on Steam. I don't know if you've seen the first one, but this is the second iteration of that, so hopefully it
Just
lives
see how it
up.
goes. I don't know how loud or quiet I need this to be. I feel like this is going to be horrifying. I had to turn this up so you could hear the nonsense that I'm hearing. Also, like, I don't know enough about the back doors lore to know if I'm doing something stupid.
So as I played this game, I realized that you don't really need to know the lore to get full enjoyment out of it, which I think is a cool feature. It definitely would help, so you have more of an idea of what to do, but not necessary by any means.
So I feel like that in itself is going to be an issue, but we'll cross that bridge. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna round a corner, get jump scared by something, and bite my tongue off.
So I will say the likelihood of you getting jump scared is probably pretty low unless you're like super invested and just like putting all of your attention into it. But I feel like that still would only happen if you're a kind of jumpy person. Like my buddy who came in, he does worse in Halloween related activities than I do, and he said he only got jump scared once, and it was the first time. So you'll get adjusted to it pretty quick if you're worried about it being too scary or too pop out jump scare heavy.
I'm not normally somebody who jumps at things, but like, I feel like at some point something's gonna get me. Okay, so this is where I started.
I have about 45 minutes worth of video from recording this game, but I'm a little torn. I don't want to show you guys too much and get too in depth because I want anyone who watches this to be able to fully enjoy the game. So there's a chance I jump around a little bit in here. So just for continuity's sake, if you're a little confused about what's going on, I probably skipped a segment or jumped ahead. I don't want this video to be an hour long. I also don't want you to know the exact way to beat the game right off the rip. This is just to show you guys a fun game that I enjoyed that I think you all would too, especially if you like more of the like thriller, puzzly type horror games. This would be right up your alley.
Okay, I still have some sense of where I was. The fuck is this?
The game also does a good job of showing you just enough to understand what you should be doing next without making it feel like you're just like jumping through hoops and crawling over broken glass just to figure out what to do. It's actually formatted fairly well, and I enjoy how it's laid out. The level of difficulty is pretty nice. You can also bump up the difficulty to where if you die at any point, you have to reset your entire run. So depending on what level of intensity you're looking for, they have something for you.
If I see something, do I just accept defeat? I feel like depending on what it is, I'm just dead.
So it was at that moment that I realized that maybe the jump scaring wasn't going to be that bad. I'm not saying that I'm, a goer of the salty splatoon, but I thought it would have got me a little worse than it did.
Should I have ran? Like, maybe? Okay, so if I hear knocking, it's like right there.
Sticking with the whole not wanting to spoil things for you, I'm jumping ahead. So in this next clip, it's me restarting because I'm joining a multiplayer session with my buddy where I had to start over. But prior to that, I made it off the first floor by myself. I know, hold your applause. I like how they set up the multiplayer because you can start your own instance where you just name it and say you and one of your buddies wants to play. You can go get through however many floors you want to get through, finish it, and then you can create a new one with a new buddy or whatever you want to do. So you can have multiple save files and it will keep track of where you are and what you've done. I think it's good. I honestly didn't expect the multiplayer to be as well fleshed out as it is. I thought it was going to be kind of a hassle to make it work and do things with your friends, but I was pleasantly surprised. It's honestly fairly easy to play with your buddies. It's not very hard if you're doing it through Steam, which is the only way I know how to do it through. You can just add your friend through Steam, and then you can just add them right into your game. Very simple. You can make it a private lobby if you want. I have nothing but good things to say.
Okay.
Did we ever
No
go into
house.
this? I don't think I've ever been into
There's
this.
nothing in there. Yeah, I don't know why it's there.
Also, what is that?
You have to find a flashlight to go that way.
Ah, fuck that. Yeah!
I came back and explored it, I think.
So this is us making it to the next floor, and I just want to say again, just need to reiterate the fact that this game is $10, so I had the bar set really low. If you're expecting this to be like a AAA title, which I mean maybe that doesn't even stand for reason anymore because a lot of AAA titles are lacking these days, but regardless, don't expect like a billion-dollar company's level of production because that is not what this is. But if your standards aren't going to be through the roof, you are going to have a good time. If you're willing to just invest a little bit of your time into it, maybe have some fun with your buddies, like you will enjoy it, especially playing with friends. Like I really get a kick out of it. If you have a buddy who gets jump scared easily or is just not really into horror, try talking them into playing it. It'll be a fun time. I can almost assure you of that.
See some identification.
Uh, uh, uh.
It says imposter.
No! Also, I'll go ahead and, like, remove the veil for you. If you see another one of us, don't go up to it. Oh, hey, what's this?
No, I get that. I
Oh, is that where it came
recognize
from?
that from the paper on the wall here.
What? Where? I didn't even look at it. Check everyone's ID, don't trust them. Yeah, it'll turn into one of those things.
That's the type of thing that I mean when I say that they will kind of help guide you along. Now, as you can see, I am not proficient at reading or studying my environment. I thought I was helping my friend out because I'd been to this floor, told him not to trust people that look like us. But as someone who knows how to read, he has already seen that and was well aware. With all that being said, I'm not going to do much more of a deep dive into this game. I could always make another video on Escape the Backrooms if y'all want, where I actually go into like depth about the game or, you know, show you guys how to get through parts of it. But for the most part, I don't want to ruin it for you. I want everyone to be able to experience it at their own pace without having any spoilers. But that being said, I would technically consider this one of the best games on Steam that I have found so far. And like I said, it's not bare bones, but it's also not something that you should expect anything super, super crazy out of. It's just a fun story. If you're invested into the Backrooms lore or anything like that, this would probably be a good game for you. I thoroughly enjoy it. If you want it to be a little more spooky or a little bit more on edge, just play it by yourself at night. I'm not going to say you're going to be, you know, scared to the point where you're staying up all night. It's definitely not the spookiest game out there, but it will kind of keep you on the edge of your seat because there's so much buildup of anticipation with like things like not going on to when something happens. It is a little jarring, but I think that's all the fun of the game. I haven't beaten it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I probably will. I think whenever my buddy wants to play it again, we'll grind it out, but it's just a good time. It's fun with the friends. I would highly suggest it for $10. It's really not bad. It's an easy, good pickup. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the game if you try it. If there are any other games on Steam that you all would consider being one of the best games out there, please drop it in the comments for me, send me a message, do any of that. I would love to try out games that you all want me to try. So then that way, A, I don't have to search around as hard, but B, I could, you know, do some engagement with the community and really see what type of games you all like to play and maybe broaden my horizons a little bit. With that being said, appreciate you guys sticking it out. Have a good one.